I wonder how many of these companies you think are entering the space just because it's hot and there's a lot of funding versus the ones that will still be here, like 2 to 5 years later.
Oh, 95% are going to die.
Yeah.
95% are going to die. Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, there's also entertainment in watching companies die too.
there's entertainment. Oh man, that's so evil. At least you get to learn from it, right?
The Fed talks about creating digital dollars. That's a far cry. That's a far cry from Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those would be Fed dollars and they would do the creating. They would just have it online. Big deal. I'm kind of underwhelmed by that idea.
Well, hey, Larry, rather than being underwhelmed, you should be scared of it. And I'll tell you why. Because the only major economy that's done that is China. And the reason that China created this big central bank digital currency is precisely so they could control the transactions of individual Chinese people. Think about it. Today, you can take your cash in your wallet and walk into a store and buy what you want, and that's private between you and the seller. But in China, the point of central bank digital currency is every transaction that you engage in can be determined and decided by the government. So you want to buy a shotgun to teach your son how to go duck hunting in my hometown in Colorado? That's not going to be allowed one day because the government will.
That I think central bank digital currencies were concocted in hell by Satan himself. They are incredible control by governments over everybody's bank account, and they're going to create a void of privacy for every individual citizen. I think they're horrible, but I think that's where they want to go.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Brian Brooks on the Fed. But guys, we know the CBDCs are definitely coming. We know China is leading the way, but we know CBDCs are illegal in the US and in Europe. The only way they can make them legal is by doing what? Creating more of a distraction, and Luna was the perfect one. We don't want any private stable coins. And if we have one, we want to be in total control like USDC. The Fed is just not going to give up control of the money supply. That makes no sense whatsoever. Now we have the Russia-Ukraine situation that took away a lot of the privacy. Now we have the Luna situation that's going to bring in regulation and also open the path for a CBDC. And they're selling it on all news media. You don't want to end up like Luna. Remember, the NWO causes the problem. Wait for the reaction and run in with the solution. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah. How about crypto? And again, I'm not sure. This doesn't really. Crypto isn't easily splittable into right and left on it because it's got fans in the Republican Party and fans in the Democratic Party. But what kind of regulation do you see? Would you like a light touch, a heavy touch? Do you think it's here to stay? Do you think it'll be improved if the government gets involved in a more strident way?
Look, it's here to stay. It's a technology that can decentralize, that can cut costs of the middleman, but there's certain things that you have to regulate. Look at Terra, which went to zero. I mean, Terra marketed themselves as a stable coin. A stable coin simply is something that is backed by dollars, and that Terra had no backing of dollars. It was actually an algorithm where they had Luna coins that were backing it, not US dollars. Now, some people in the Valley or others may understand that the vast majority of people thought this was a coin backed by dollars and it wasn't backed by dollars. That to me is almost fraud. So that needs to be regulated. You can't market yourself as a stable coin if you don't have dollars. There need to be certain requirements of reserves for these coins. And I think there need to be disclosure requirements, what you were discussing earlier. What if I'm on a platform, my identity gets hacked, I lose all my cryptocurrency? What is the reserve? Right now, there's no reserve requirement where you would get your money back. So there needs to be smart regulation.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.